Hey kids, Friday night, 9 o'clock in Los Angeles, completely quarantined Los Angeles. And so I'm just here in the house, in my office in the Fat Cave, where we record all the podcasts and stuff. And it's, as I said, it's 9 o'clock at night, well, 10 after 9 in Los Angeles. And I don't eat past 8 o'clock. That's my thing. Like, it's not my thing. I think it's a lot of people's thing. But I don't do that, try to control my weight. I was on tour for a while with the Jay and Silent Bob Reboot Roadshow tour. Thank the heavens it ended right before all this quarantining stuff happened and whatnot. But in any event, why did I bring that up? Fuck, was I just bragging? I had a good point. Oh, you know what? Fucking escaped me. Probably because I'm smoking. I don't know if we're allowed to smoke on Instagram, but this is my poison tonight, man. Snoogan's got me some looter modules. Look at that. There's a face you could trust on your jar of weed. Ooh, look at this, man. This is the fucking best news that I got. Well, second best news I got all day. Ready? Yeah, son! Rosario Dawson gonna play Ahsoka in season 2 of The Mandalorian. Fucking love that show. That show is genius. And her playing a live action Ahsoka is everything. Okay, so I'm sitting here. I'm trying not to eat, man. I'm trying not to eat past 8 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, and I'm hungry. I'm not hungry. I'm bored. That's the thing. Trapped in quarantine, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that, like, sometimes it's easy to just default to eating as entertainment. And that's how I lived most of my life, up until and after the heart attack and whatnot. I was that guy who was just like, well, whenever I eat is when I eat and shit like that. And I eat all hours and stuff. So post heart attack, I was like, I'm not eating past 8 o'clock. And so far it's worked out. I also intermittently fast, like 2 days ago, I didn't eat at all. But then, the next day I had a really nice beef barley soup from Veggie Grill. I don't want to eat is what I'm getting at right now. Try not to eat, man. It's like fucking 9 o'clock on a Friday night. And there's a part of me that's like, reward yourself, man. Because the fucking other greatest thing, the best thing that happened to me all day was I saw an image of myself from The Simpsons. I'm going to be on The Simpsons as myself. I do a voice, and it was amazing. And I'm on the episode that airs on Sunday. So, everything's coming up Millhouse, even though I'm here in quarantine. But, so there's a part of me that wants to reward myself, right? Like, it's Friday night. Just got paid on The Simpsons, and Rosario is Ahsoka. Like, just celebrating and stuff. So naturally, I want to default to food and eat. So I don't want to eat. So instead, I'm hanging out here chatting at you all and stuff. This is an effort not to eat right now. So I'm sitting in the office. I just got off the tour, as previously mentioned. And so, not just, but like a month ago. And so I'm unpacking and stuff that I've accumulated along the way. And I thought I would share it with you. Show you some stuff I got. Look at this. This is a cool board, man. Cool ass, you do with what you want. Some people, of course, like myself, would use that to perhaps roll a joint. That was given to me by one of our sound editors on Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. Just got home, just found it. Look at this. Are you stuck at home? Aren't we all? Looking for something to do? I just unearthed these bad boys. Look at this. Jay and Silent Bob's Smell My Finger game. That's a real fucking thing, man. Look at that. There's us on the back. Up to no good and stuff. There's that one. Or the good folks at Playstorm also have this. Jay and Silent Bob's Big Fat Card-On game. It's a what-if game. Like, if you had this power and this power, like when you sit around and talk to your friends about superheroes and stuff like that. I found a box of that, man. I forgot, like, I can give those out at the next Fat Man Beyond if we ever have Fat Man Beyond again. But if not, if you want to play these, they're on Amazon right now. Target, well, their websites, because nobody going there in person. Don't leave your house to go get these. But, if you're bored and you're like, I don't have enough games. That game looks interesting to me. Smell My Finger game, maybe not the game to be playing, outside the house during the pandemic and stuff. But anyway, found that. Look what else I got. Well, this, I didn't find this, but I got to appreciate this when I came home. So, I'm working on Masters of the Universe. And one of our writers, Tim, who wrote some amazing fucking episodes, including episode 9 and 7. Tim gave me this. Look at this amazing print. Skeletor, sexy Skeletor. Come on, man. Look at that. Isn't that genius? Tim's such a good guy. Under that right there, that's a fake cover to a Dogma Laserdisc that doesn't exist. And a fan sent that to me when I was on the road. And under that, look at this. It's a fake Ranger Danger Laserdisc. Those are real Laserdiscs under it. There are Howard the Duck notes and packages and artwork and scripts from the ill-fated Howard the Duck project and stuff. Now it will gather dust in my office. I bet you, unless we have a fire or, fucking the pandemic takes us or whatever, if I still live in this house within 10 years, that will still be sitting exactly where it is right now. Speaking of cool shit I got on the road, look at this. I got a little award, man. It's from Violet Verse. She says, the award of excellence for the best reboot, remake, and sequel. How awesome is that? She's an adorable little kid. If you ever saw the episode of Comic Book Man where we did like the secret stash, anniversary and stuff, and we got in the Guinness Book of World Records, Little Violet was in that episode. Look at this. Nice piece of artwork I got on the road. Wood. It's made of fucking wood, man. It's like really fucking sweet. There is a thing Jason gave me to celebrate Tusk. To my hetero life mate, you are the king and I love you more than words can express. Thank you for being you and letting me experience an awesome mind at work. He's a poor judge of character. Thank God. Look at this. Bill Sienkiewicz artwork. That's my character. Onomatopoeia. There he is again. Matt Wagner cover to Green Arrow. All right, what did I want to show you? All right, check this shit out, man. These are the things that I got from Artists on the Road. So this is Head Straight, the band, I guess. This is their name, Head Straight, and it's Alex Clark gave me this, and it says it's called Buried, the album. Fate Alchemy, a Blu-ray. The People Who Suspend by Lucas Larson. Lucas gave me this and said very nice things about how I inspired him as a filmmaker, and he made this movie about people that hang themselves. Like not hang themselves the way we all think of it. Like suspend themselves. Amazing. And here's to Kevin Smith from John Facemere, man. Squidman. Facemere, I saw him on tour so many times. He's such a sweetheart, John. Okay, but look at this sweet gift, man. This is the Jay and Silent Bob Reboot Extras autographed trading card set. One of one. There's only one of these in the whole world, man. Laura Dauberstein put this together. Let me put a camera on it. It says, Kevin, within these pages are a small number of people who were honored to help make your vision for Reboot a reality. Thank you for letting us play in the sandbox, the extras. And look what they did. Extra thanks to all these cats. Smitty, look what they did. All their characters have trading cards. All these people were extras in Reboot. Look, there's Daryl. And they wrote on the back of the cards, man, like pages and pages. There's the walrus guy around behind. Pages upon pages. There's the Voodoo Zombie Blunt Man. Jay just broke his bong when we were at New Orleans. It's such a beautiful thing, man. Like this, I love gifts like this. These are the Smod Squad kids, man, right there. Stoner. This was about like the most touching thing I could have possibly received. There's nice ass lighters from Jen Kaminsky. Look at those; they're so nice. So Laura made the book. Thank you so much. Like I've been sitting here going through it and rolling tears. Jen made those lighters, which are awesome. I think you can get them at the stash. This is the last thing I want to share with you because we could do this for hours. I'm a hoarder. They could do one of those fucking shows here, man, and people will be like, ew, like the Silent Bob. There was a TV show, I forget what it was. I never seen it, but somebody I read about it on Twitter, where they made some joke, like it was years ago, where they were like, not that many years ago, like maybe 5 or 6 or something. But they were like, this is grosser than Kevin Smith's refrigerator door or something like that. And I remember being like, that doesn't make sense. But whatever. I guess the implication was like, he's heavy, so he opens his door a lot and shit. And he's gross. I don't think that show's on the air anymore. Point being, if the show had been like, ew, Kevin Smith's gross because he hoards shit, I would have been like, they got me dead to rights. Because look at this shit. All right. This is just fucking clutter, man. This is just, well, she's essential right there. Look at that. Wake me, sleeping angel. But look at this. This is a box filled with fucking videotapes. Videotapes. When am I going to get around to that? Look at that. Look at shit piled up in the corner. Look at all this stuff. I mean, I think that shit's the museum, and I think it's honestly placed. Like, these top shelves you see are art directed within an inch of their lives. They're curated as fuck. There's a big naked portrait of my wife. And there's me and the wife. And there's an awesome Steve Rude painting of Jay and Silent Bob with Blunt Man and Chronic on top of their heads. There's an awesome Bad News Bears painting by my man Wonder Bros Mike, who years ago gave me this to give to Ralph. And Ralph's coming over tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to, I'm going to finally give it to him. But look at all this clutter. Look at this shit. That chair came from Greg Grunberg. Look at just clutter, man. Like, this is one of those, like, look at this. Those are notes from my high school girlfriend. Kim Lochran sent me those notes like in the 80s. And I still have them. Like that's the kind of fucking hoarding fuck that I am and stuff. I always tell myself, if I have enough time, one day I'm going to clean all this shit. I feel like I've got time, kids. Here, man, before we get out, I'll show you my family little thing here. Little family collection. Look at that. This has got a smoked window here. Watch this shit. Ba-ba! Well, that didn't even work. Makes you see my room more. But, just smoked window. Anyway, it's me and my dad. There's Scott holding Harley when she was born. There's my dad holding Harley when she was born. VSQ business cards from Circa Clerks. My parents with my kid. This is when my brother got married back in 1994. There's my dad. That picture's at the end of Jersey Girl. That's also my dad when he was a baby. Look at him. Let me share one more thing with you because I just found this. Sometimes the clutter is not even fucking mine; it's other people's. But I found this, and this is kind of oddly fascinating. This is the deed to my parents' house from 21 Jackson Street, the house I grew up in. Man, the choices that they made to buy this house shaped the individual that I became. Clerks, none of that shit happens if my parents don't buy this house at 21 Jackson Street in Highlands, New Jersey. They've sold it. They don't live there. Well, my dad's dead. My mom, though, lived there. And every once in a while, I whimsy about buying my childhood home and stuff. But, oh my God, it's expensive now. Real estate's so expensive. And then Sandy took the house out, the house that I grew up in. It left the four walls, and then a new owner built up, like put it up 16 feet in the air and stuff. So it kind of looks like my old house, but it's not my old house. And, you know, here, there's a story about that. Like, look at this. Something I got on the road from a fan. This beautiful little piece of artwork, of course, is nice. This genius book by David Gotti, which I think you could get online, man, is a Kevin Smith scrapbook. I love it. But look at this. See this camera? This came from two guys, the veterans of J-Dog Savannah. Thanks for all the laughs in a big bad way. Snoogans. So see that? That's an Arri SR2, kids. Arri SR2, an Arriflex SR2. That's the camera. Well, an Arri SR2 is the kind of camera that we shot Clerks on. And those cats remembered that. And so they were like, I saw them at a show in Georgia, I guess. It says Savannah, maybe so. I think it was in Georgia. But they said, here, man, this is for you. And I was like, holy fuck, this is an Arri SR2. Where'd you get this? And they said, we clean out places, and we were cleaning out a film school. We got hired to clean out a film school. And I saw this camera, and I was like, Arri SR2, isn't that what Kevin Smith said they shot Clerks on? And he gave me that camera. How fucking sweet is that? So suddenly, after getting that camera, I became like obsessed. I was like, wait a second. Shouldn't I own the real Arri SR2 that we shot Clerks 2 on? I say Arri. There's some people, most people say Ari. But, you know, Jersey. So I said, I must. It became, for like 5 minutes, it became my rosebud. I had a mission where I was like, I'm going to track down the Arri SR2 that we rented from Spiracorp back in 1993. And then I'll own it and I'll be complete. And then I said to myself, you know, this rational self kicked in. And I said, you know what? Like, look, if you ever happen across the camera that made Clerks one day, of course, fucking, I wouldn't turn it away. But, you know, the camera didn't make Clerks. The camera didn't have the magic. The camera was just a tool. Me and my friends made Clerks, and there's still most of them in my life, and alive. So, you know, it'd be nice to have that camera, but the camera's not important. Anyway, that metaphor, or that little thing, comes back to my parents' deed. Because every once in a while, I'm like, oh, I want to own my childhood home. How weird and wonderful would that be? Full circle and stuff. But, you know, that house was just a house, and it's not even the house I grew up in anymore. It's just a house that's on the property I used to grow up on that kind of resembles the shape of what I grew up in. But the magic wasn't the house. The magic was my parents, my brother and my sister, and Highlands, New Jersey, circa 1970 to, when did I finally leave? 93, when we made Clerks. And it's still magical, of course, but that era, when I lived there, that was my hometown. Cue Bruce Springsteen. In any event, I love that house on 21 Jackson Street. This is the bill of sale from W. Isidore Ackerman, that's who had our house before my parents bought it, to Donald Smith and Grace Smith, dated 1966. Let's see how much that shit cost. Let's see how much joy costs. All right. I'm going to spin it around so you can read it with me. All right. Isidore Ackerman, March 25th, 1966. This is Ackerman selling it to Donald Smith and Grace Virginia Smith, comma, his wife. You know, different days. Here you go, kids. My house, my childhood home in 1966, $12,500, man, with $5.74 thrown on for taxes. Son of a bitch. So bringing the grand total to $12,505. My parents put down $1,000 and then spent the next 20 years paying off $11,000, man. Isn't that nuts? There's all your info and shit like that. Nothing that will ever mean anything to anybody anymore. That, in this document, lies the origin of Clerks. Look, I can trace everything back to Clerks because, I'm an entertainer. That means I'm a narcissist. It means everything's about me, and it all comes back to me. But in that document, remember fucking JFK when Donald Sutherland was like, in that document, lied the Vietnam War. In that document lies Clerks, man. We don't get to Clerks without that and stuff. That little home that used to be in Monmouth, the base. What is Monmouth base called? Fort Monmouth. It was a small bungalow that had been on the property there, and they moved it to Highlands long before we got there, and turned it into a home of some sort and shit like that. That shaped who I became, man, and shaped the shit I did and the choices I made and the things that I experienced and the things I had and the things I did not have and stuff. And without that, we don't get anywhere. So, thank God Mom and Dad mustered up that $1,000 and bought that house. That was my childhood home. And I'll tell you what, right now, man, what did it cost? $12.5? I'll give you $12.5 shit. I'll give you $12 million. I don't have that. I'll give you all the money I got if you can get me back to the real 21 Jackson Street, not the one that they reconstructed for this quarantine. That would be fucking awesome. It'd be amazing to be at 21 Jackson Street, cooped up for months. You would ask me that years ago. I was like, I gotta get out of here. Actually, I was never one of those kids that wanted to get out of home. I stayed there as long as I possibly could, man. That shit was free. But today, holy fuck. I'll give you all the money I got. You get me back there to that moment in time, man. So beautiful, so perfect, man. Anyway, that's it. You know what? Not hungry anymore. There you go. I wasn't hungry at all to begin with, but the boredom of wanting to eat has also passed. And so now I could, kick back, have an iced tea and shit like that. And then if I can make, and I will make it through the night and shit, I won't eat till tomorrow at noon and I'll feel fantastic. I lost 4 pounds last week, man. Put on fucking 10 or more when I was on tour and shit, so I'm trying to chisel that shit back off and whatnot. My jorts got a little snug, and I was used to them not being that snug. So I've been hiking, running and stuff, socially distancing from everybody. But I'll be happy tomorrow, man, that I did this instead of eating. Unless I said something that gets me canceled on the internet, then I'll be like, why didn't I fucking eat? I'm so stupid. Now I'm racing through everything I said. I was like, is there anything offensive? Did I offend bankers by talking about my parents putting down $1,000? Did I offend the tax people by bitching at the $5 tax thing? That was a joke, people. There it is, kids. Thanks for hanging out, man. You were very helpful. I always like to do, I like wearing beanies or toques, if you will, Canada. But I don't like when I hide your ears. So I try to stick them out. And that's fashion. That's gauche. That's me being fucking like, ooh, I gotta look good for who? Let's be honest. I'm fucking 49. I'm gonna be 50 in like a red hot minute, man, in August. Which hopefully we'll be out of quarantine. But if we're not, holy fuck, you're gonna see a lot more of this fucking office. Oh, I'm gonna show you everything. I'm gonna start diving into shit and opening up and what is this? And look at shit like, holy fuck. There it is. Enjoy your Fridays, folks. Thanks for hanging out, making me feel less peckish. All right, I'm going.